Today, we will speak about modular production with MTP. This is important for you because you are under growing pressure to reduce your time to market. You as a member of the manufacturing community, you are wondering, what is the maturity of this standard? How is the market reacting on it? Are there any projects done with it? We have seen, yes, there is projects done. And what are the benefits for you using such a standard and modular technology? You will see that MTP is not just buzz, it's absolute reality. We will now hear insights from 5 companies showing their insights, what they are doing with modular production around the standard module type package MTP. Let's welcome with a big applause our panelists. So welcome everyone. Let me introduce you real quick to our audience. Let me start with Michael.
Yes.
Michael from Cytiva.
Yes.
You're working as a principal automation engineer and you have more than 20 years of experience in automation across life science and healthcare. Beyond his passion for engineering and innovation, he loves riding his old mountain bike and he loves to go skiing, right? Welcome, Michael. Let me move on with Mark. Mark Ramoneda, CEO at Appliant. You're a chemical engineer with over 20 years in pharma and biotech manufacturing, founded Appliant 3 years ago. He combined his process expertise to develop the MIP, we will hear later on what this means, a manufacturing intelligence platform designed to break data silos, boost efficiency and assure quality. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
Josef Trappel from Memo3. Memo3 is a Swiss-based company with a startup mentality, specializing in process technology, automation, software-defined process solutions. He has extensive experience in the life sciences, industrial biotechnology, and Pharma 4.0, leading projects from R&D all the way through tech transfer to production. He's a co-lead of Pharma 4.0 plug and produce community of practice as well, and an active board member of ISBE Community of Practice Pharma 4.0, driving innovation best practices in the industry. Welcome, Josef. What an introduction.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me move on with Saverio. Saverio Montana, CEO of Masco Group Automation. You have over 30 years of experience in industrial automation and process control. You are an expert in digitalization. Your mission is to bring the most innovative and valuable technologies into the life sciences sector. Welcome, Saverio.
Thank you.
And then we move on to Bilimid Life Sciences. We have here Marcus and Alejandro. Marcus Meyer, product manager. You are an experienced product manager in pharmaceutical equipment, specializing in sterilization solutions with a background in mechanical engineering, business development, and you drive innovation through seminars, publications, and industry engagement. Alejandro, you are head of R&D software at Bilimid Life Sciences. You have more than 10 years experience in software engineering, and you are passionate about innovative technologies and driving forward-looking solutions in the life sciences sector. Big applause for the 2 guys here from Bilimid. Actually, my task is to ask questions, right? You have to answer those questions. But before we move into those questions, I asked every one of you to bring one personal item with you. Probably we start with you, Saverio. What did you bring along and why did you bring it?
I took a lens.
Okay.
Eine Lupe auf Deutsch.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because we need to put high attention on whatever we are, pushing to our final customers. So we are a system integrator working for OEMs, but also for final customers directly.
Okay.
So that innovation is good, but with care.
Thank you very much. What a great idea. Michael, should we move on with you? What did you bring along and why?
I was considering bringing a bike or a pair of skis. But
yeah. Don't have it in your backpack?
No. So I brought my license for being a skiing instructor. So that's what I do part-time in the winter. I work at Cytiva, and then in January, February, I take about 50% time off and work for the Swedish Skiing Federation as a skiing instructor. That's what I do when I don't answer your emails.
That's cool, actually. So also we have cool mountains here in Salzburg.
Yes,
So you invite
I
us
know.
to come here more often, go
Yes,
skiing.
for sure.
Perfect. Mark, I think this is your personal item, right? What
Yeah.
do you bring along?
It's Octi,
Okay.
and I bring Octi on the stage mainly for two main reasons. One, because it's a light blue color as the logo of Applian. That's from marketing department said you have to say that on the stage. And secondly is because recently the ISP published a concept paper where in there, by the Plug and Produce group that you know well, Joseph, in there they define the 8 principles of architecture for Pharma 4.0. And we at Applian get surprised when we realized that we were fulfilling this 8 principle of architecture for Pharma 4.0. And they put for each principle an icon, and the first one is an octopus in this concept paper, when it represents that each leg connects to different system in the shop floor, right? To a PLCs, to SCADA, to whatever system they have in place. So it's what we are doing at Applian, breaking data silos in the shop floor, and also it has a light blue color. So
Mark,
it's perfect.
what a great idea.
Thank you.
Such an octi. Let's move on to Josef. So it looks almost like a man's handbake, but I'm not sure what that is. What did you bring along?
So I brought de-alcoholized beer with me because that's where we started the company. So we are also in the process membrane technology. And on the other hand, it looks like the real, it tastes like the real, it's flexible, and you can drink enough, and you still have everything under control, like modular production.
Thank you, Josef. Big applause. Alejandro.
I
What
brought
did you bring along?
a brush with me. One side is because I like to be creative in my time off, but also as a software engineer, I have to find creative solution, navigate the daily workload that we have, and find creative solution around problems that we might face.
That's a good idea. Thank you for that. Let's stay at Billy Meet. Markus,
Yeah,
what did you bring?
I have my badminton rack with me because I like to play badminton at least 3 times a week, which keeps me fit, of course, and in good shape. But on the other hand, if you play badminton, it's a fight against your opponent, right? You really fight hard for every point. You don't want to lose. And it reminds me to kind of discussions with colleagues, team members, or even customers that you are, on one stage, you are fighting each other, but on a fair stage and respectful, and on the end of the match, it doesn't matter who win, but you shake your hands and go along to each other and may have a beer after the match, right? And I think a respectful and fair discussion should be in everything what we do today, right? And yeah. And I agreed with Bernhard, I will shoot this shuttle in the audience, and the person who catch it get a free lunch, okay?
Whoop. Applause. Free lunch for the guy over there. Perfect. Thank you very much. That's exciting what you brought along and why you brought it. Nice examples. So let me start with the first questions. Actually, Michael, let me start with Cytiva. So what type of machines do you produce and how do you see the demand for modular production?
We are a global company that produces machines for a pharmaceutical industry. It's all from buffer management, chrome steps, cell therapies, and fill and finish. So it's for the full production line, more to say. And since the time to get new products out of the market is very important, we see a very big, high demand in modular production today.
Okay, thank you very much. That's interesting. So you're having a great portfolio. You also want to say something about Cytiva, the company itself?
Yeah, it's a global company, more than 15,000 employees, and we have our own resource R&D facilities, innovation centers. We make most of our sensors and products ourselves.
Okay. That's interesting. Thank you very much for that. So let me move on with Alejandro from Bilimit. So what advantages do you see as an OEM by applying MTP to your machines? Do you have an example, probably?
Yes, so Bilimit Life Science produces large volume sterilizers or washer. And the biggest challenge we face when talking with customers is integration into their on-site system. So in the past, it was a lot of paperwork, a lot of Excel lists that need to be sent back and forth until we agreed how does the interface looks like. Now with MTP, it streamlines the process and makes it much easier. We speak the same language, we talk about the same things, and we don't have to argue about how do we implement it.
Okay, that's interesting. By the way, I have a question to all of you. How do you see the market request? Is the market demanding already MTP? So 5 is yes, absolutely, 1 is no. Please show with your hands. 5, 2, 5, 3. Yeah, okay. It's coming, I see here. So you have already demand. That's good. Markus, let's stay at Bilimit. How do you see the market request from your point of view, and why you adopted to MTP with your machines?
Yeah, as Andreas Lange already mentioned in his speech, right, the customer pain points are here, the objective. And a lot of facilities, a lot of plants are really monolithic, as also Andreas mentioned, and it's very cost intensive to do upgrades and modifications. And I think this here creates a demand, right, to look for automation solutions which have a plug and play philosophy behind. And I'm pretty sure MTP can deliver this demand in the industry. It takes a bit more time to get familiar with this technology, but as you said, we see some customer requests already in this direction. We already had a project together with a customer to implement the MTP, and it works quite well. So I'm pretty sure this is the way to go in the future.
Okay, that's interesting. So you're saying it's not science fiction anymore to drag and drop your equipment to a process illustration?
Yes, and hopefully it will change in the nearest future, because this is the most cost-intensive integration of our equipment in a plant to get the interfaces together on the plant systems and our system.
Okay. Thank you for providing your fantastic view on that one. I have a question to the audience. By the way, who knows MTP already? Hands up. Who've heard about it? Oh, that's a lot.
Oh, good.
That's good to see. Nice, nice. So let me move on with Saverio. I have a question for you. So you created an MTP-ready machine by using the Siemens toolkit. How was your experience in importing the machine in the zenon pool?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Bernard. I think that importing is only the top of the iceberg. Because MTP is a concept that is a long journey, and it started as a long journey with us. Masco is producing machines and lines for the pharma, and Masco Group Automation is doing the automation and the digitalization for these machines. We started well before the MTP in 23, reorganizing the user interface. Then we took the opportunity to make standard libraries. And then we passed to control module types. And then it was quasi-automatic to land on the MTP concept. But we adopted, of course, at the very beginning, one technology of one German vendor. But we were very careful. What does it mean? That to export and import on the same vendor is, I would say, is automatic, is expected from everybody. But we tested already. We tested also the export and the import from this vendor, for example, to COPA-DATA. And I have to admit, with surprise, it was working perfectly, in minutes, and solving the issues which are the nightmare of every customer, which is the integration between the packages and the SCADA or the DCS. So it was working, it is working, probably now better than 2 years ago, because we started 2 years ago. But it is a promising technology, and nobody can avoid to put attention on that.
Saverio, thank you very much for bringing this up to the point, because you're saying it's easy to integrate. I think this is one advantage of using such a standard, right?
That's true.
Get this easily integrated. Let me move on with a question for Josef. Josef, you have MTP integrated not in the life sciences, right? We saw already your main handbag there. So you did this in a different section or a different industry. Where did you implement it, and how did it work for you? And the second question for you, you applied a full zenon software platform in your machine. You don't have a physical PLC, that's interesting. And you are a front runner in software-defined automation. How was your experience in doing that?
Thanks, Bernhard. Due to the fact that we are also doing work outside the life science industry for food and beverage, we had a nice project in Switzerland, as you see, in the heart of Switzerland for Rugenbräu. And for sure, you have also a technical goal and a business goal. And the customer came to us and said, this is not possible to go quickly into production with alcohol-free beer. Then we said, okay, there could be a nice solution with a zenon platform, which offers us all the tools and basic engineering setup to put this in place. And by the way, we did this at the end of the day. We programmed everything. We using the OpenTCS software, as well as a soft PLC and all the tools which are necessary. We standardized everything. And at the end, we were able to reduce engineering time, as well as implementation time. And the amazing thing at the end of the day was for the customer, after 2 weeks commissioning, we were already producing the first batch, and I think that's a nice success story. We're also very happy in the Brauwelt. Brauwelt, that's a paper with all the breweries where we have done a publication about this success story, and yeah, we are very proud about that and looking forward to do the same thing
Josef,
in all the industries.
it's amazing to hear what you have included in your machines, in modular de-alcoholization. First I thought, who is drinking this? But now the demand is going up, I think. Yeah.
Thanks, Bernhard. And if anyone is interested, we have a little machine downstairs, so you can look and watch how Zenonized platform works in reality.
Thank you very much. But now let's move on to the MIP, the Manufacturing Intelligence Platform in Advanced Therapies. Mark, how do you see MTP in this area with a very specific equipment?
Yeah, I think it's crucial in that area because what we are doing at the end is doing apps on the top of the zenon platform. So the core of this app is the MTP file itself. So it's the more granular aspect of our applications. So we are helping to the OEM manufacturers to define this MTP file, which at the end could fit better into the overall platform because we have the overview of the whole process itself. So it's important. It's becoming more and more standardized, and thanks to that, we can build afterwards, up to that, the real-time product quality review, continuous process verification, and many other applications that could help to improve production and quality on the shop floor. So it's important. It's still there in the level 2 that you asked before, but helping OEMs to move to that direction, I think it's key.
Mark, that's fantastic to see that also here in the advanced therapies, you can make use of modular production with MTP. That's amazing. By the way, I also have prepared some fun questions to bring a little fun also in the discussion. I think now is the right moment to ask the first question. Michael, I have one fun question for you. If your module were an animal, which one would it be and why?
Oh, I would be the small ant, the small thing crawling around. Due to it has very technical skills building their houses. They work very well in a group, and they're very resilient running around all day. So I think that's me.
Well, a great example. Big applause for Michael. Let's move on with a question for Alejandro. Alejandro, as we heard already, you have applied a machine with MTP, and you are using the zenon process library for Siemens PLC, so for TIA. How was your experience, and how was the support provided by COPA-DATA?
The experience with the process library was really satisfying because you could start small, you could start with a single data point, put it on the PLC, import it into the zenon system and see that it works. And then you could start building up your software step by step, and each step of the way you could test it again, and you would directly see what it is doing. So it's really a satisfying experience. In terms of the support, as already said, the online academy is a really valuable tool if there are some questions that you can figure out yourself.
Thank you very much for this great feedback. Let's stay at Bilimit. Fun question for you, Markus. You ready?
Okay, yes.
If your machine could talk, what would be the very first sentence it says?
Machine could talk. Nice question. Okay, if I imagine a sterilizer could talk, I think the first sentence would be, oh, please don't change every 6 months my automation platform.
Thank you, what a great answer. Mika, let's move on with a question for Sativa. When you integrate your modules into customer environments, how important is collaboration with software partners like COPA-DATA, and what role does support play in ensuring smooth projects?
Oh, that is extremely important. As I mentioned before, we have our own R&D innovation centers, more than 20 in the world, and we have our own software, Unicorn, Opteron Connect, and others. We have a very good team to develop software, but when we saw this MTP coming, it came actually from our customers asking, do you use MTP today? No, unfortunately, this was like 3-4 years ago. And then we said, why don't we see what's in the world today? Can we find a partner to help us? Because this is a very evolving technique today. Still not set. We have MTP 2.0 now, but there are still things to happen within the next 5 years, I would say. So doing this ourselves, it will take very much of our resources. So we said, partner up with the best, and we found COPA-DATA.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
So you also have one slide prepared for that one. Say something about this?
Yes, we have a collaboration agreement with COPA-DATA for the work at MTP, and that was actually released yesterday as an official announcement. But we have still worked for several years, but this is official release yesterday. So I'm very happy for that.
Thank you very much. I'm happy too. Big applause to Michael. Let's move on with a question for Saverio. So, looking ahead, how do you see partnerships with companies like COPA-DATA accelerating innovation in the modular production?
So, I think that today we cannot avoid to do any innovation, so to embrace the news from the market. So, this must be done with a little bit of vision, trying to convert the innovation into value for the customer. That's the real scope we have to pursue. And it's not only a matter of select the technology. I do not need a vendor, I need a partner. Because the solutions are becoming so complicated, with so much technology inside, that you need to have a solid partner behind you. So, I have experienced the collaboration and the partnership with COPA-DATA, and beside the brilliant product, I have to say I got also a very effective support during the development of the project. So that this is what I need from a partner. We are introducing so many news and so many innovations in our portfolio that we cannot avoid to have such an approach from our vendors, partners.
Thank you for this fantastic answer, Saverio. So let me give the question to Mark, from your experience, to focus more on the zenon and the software. What difference does an open and innovative platform like zenon make when it comes to realizing MTP-based modular production?
Yeah, I think it's a key differentiation factor, right? Being an open, innovative platform let us know, for example, to connect via API through Chronicle from Cepheid equipment that we have in advanced therapies too. So we get this interoperability with APIs, a part of the MTP that I already mentioned, and also being able to apply AI in the future when you have enough data interacting with R or Python. So that gives us a portfolio of opportunities for improving the process and optimizing every process step.
Thank you, Mark. So we see also here different machines connected to MTP. Probably I hand the word to Michael. See more machines. So you created a line management, right? By connecting unicorn applications and by using Zenon as a poll. How did you realize that?
We're running a proof of concept actually right now as we speak. We have connected several, I think it's 7 machines right now working together. They can work in parallel, they can work in series, and it's very easy to orchestrate them again. Because the production today, you have these ballroom facilities, you wheel in skids, run one batch today, another batch tomorrow. Then we have to help the customer do this in an easy way. And with this line management, we have just on the screen, actually, you just draw a line from one machine to the next, and then we have all the interfaces and synchronizations done between them. It's very impressive.
So you mean you integrate your machines, they are running on Unicorn, and then on Zenon in the poll you execute a batch, and you can start the method, how you call it in the Unicorn.
Yes, we have the Unicorn method, because Unicorn is a batch engine as well. And we have the methods been running there, they've been validated for a long time maybe. The customer's been running for many years, then they want to implement MTP and get them working together in the bigger environment, in the DCS or POL. That works very well with Zenon.
A great example of doing a line management with MTP. Big applause for Michael. Saverio, question to your experience, what your customers are expecting. What do they expect most from modular production? Is it flexibility, speed, or the cost efficiency?
I think that you can provide all the 3 values in one shot, because these are the main levers of the pharma companies. To be as soon as possible on the market with the new drugs, time to market. To be effective in the production, because the cost is impacting on the price. And to be flexible, because today with the bioproduction, you are more and more with small batches, but very different each other. So you are not producing anymore big lots of a drug, always the same. So there is a big variety in the production. And to be flexible, starting from the PEA level, from the machine level, to have machines which can be moved, which can be arranged as you prefer, and which can be integrated in the overlaid layer with ease. That's, I think, a mandatory aspect which must be taken into account. I was recently speaking about MTP on another stage, but the next step, which is absolutely relevant, especially for the final customer, is that with this approach, you can pre-qualify your software. You can pre-validate your machines.
Good point.
You can imagine how much time you can save during the commissioning, the SAT, the IQ, the OQ, and the PQ. Because you arrive on site with machines we are really ready to produce. So big challenge coming, but we are starting on that.
That's a very fantastic answer. So flexibility is key, and reducing the effort in validation, which is a big issue in the GMP environment, right? Saverio, fun question for you.
Yeah?
If your machine had a personality, would it be more a calm strategist or a wild adventurer?
I think, as I told you before, the consultants are used to say it depends. But I think both, because you must have a vision, but you must be very pragmatic at the same time. So that it's important that you have the 2 values in the hands together. Okay.
Thank you for that. Let me move on with... Actually, I forgot to show this picture.
You are spoiling the fun fact. No, the lens was because of the care we have to put in everything we do daily for our customers, to look with attention into the innovation, because innovation must be finalized to create value, so that when I scout new technologies to be onboarded and to be brought to the customer, I feel myself a little bit like Sherlock Holmes.
I like the picture, by the way. Big applause, Saverio.
This is the AI, the effects of the AI.
Yes. Few clicks and you have again. Nice picture. Okay, let me move on with Josef. Question for you. You are the co-chair of Plug and Produce Working Group within ISPE Pharma 4.0 Community of Practice. That's a tongue breaker, by the way. Is MTP a modular production? Is it a topic within your networking working group, and how do you work with it? And, fun question for you as well. If modular production were a vehicle, would it be a race car, an electric scooter, or a space shuttle? Now I'm curious.
I will start first with the ISP. As well, coming back to the consulting comment about having a vision. That's where we started, basically in the ISP, having plug and produce in place. And MTP is an important cornerstone for us to get plug and produce into the industry. So basically what we are doing currently, and everyone is welcome, we are working on a guideline, MTP guideline, with use cases and how technically and from a qualification perspective you can use it in the pharmaceutical industry. And if you're interested and want to learn more, there's Giuseppe Menin and Rod on the technical side this afternoon, and also Thomas Markheit, which are leading these tracks to get the guideline in place from the qualification validation.
We will see in the afternoon the guideline and explain what is in there.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
The fun question, it's about the space shuttle. I loved the space shuttle when I was a kid. I was fascinating about the space shuttle, but I have to realize today it was too complex, too complicated, too many challenges, and outdated. The e-scooter I like too, yeah, but it's too slow for us. It's for the industry too slow. It's nice, make little steps, but for these big steps, I would prefer the race car. So just in time, delivering in time, and fits very well to our business today.
Okay, so with your dealcoholization modular equipment, you are a race car driver, right?
For sure, for sure.
Big applause for Josef. Then Mark,
Yeah.
fun question for you. If the modular production were a game, would it be more like Lego or Tetris?
I
do
think
you
it's
think?
clear for me it's Tetris, because meanwhile you are trying to connect the blocks and doing the project interconnectivity and interoperability, you have the time pressure of the project itself and the customer. So you have to do it in an efficient way, if not, you are dying. So it's Tetris.
Thank you very much for this answer. It's nice. Yeah, I would like to say thank you, everyone, for giving us your insights out of the industry, your experiences you did with the modular production, also with MTP. Yes, there's just to say, big applause for our panelists, giving us fantastic insights. Take a moment to reflect. Do you also see these challenges and opportunities in your company? Start discussions today and spark new ideas. I answered all questions, I guess, except one. Do you remember? What has Motocross in common with software for process industry? Why I'm asking this question? It's easy. I have two boys. They are 10 and 8. They are driving the motocross. And my job is, I am the mechanic, I am the team lead, and I am the sponsor. So when we sit there and they are having a full blast around the track, they are giving full throttle. And then I thought, COPA-DATA in the process industry, we are also going full throttle. And then I thought, is there any similarities? And I found some. Actually, motocross and process industry isn't different after all. In motocross, it's all about hitting the gas, mastering obstacles, shifting at the right time, and always making it through the curve. If you compare this to software for process industry, it's quite similar. Let me start with the track. The track is your production plant. Every section is a new challenge. Let me move on with your bike. The bike is a software platform. Without a reliable setup, you won't get far. The gear shifting is your interfaces. You have to shift at the right time, otherwise you will get stuck. And then you have mud and jumps. This is disturbances and alarms. Sometimes it almost blows you up in your face, but then you see the stability of driver and system. And then there is the pit crew. That's engineering and support. You never win a race alone. What does count in both worlds is stability, speed, and teamwork, or simply just the joy in the ride. Thank you very much for joining our session. Applause is for you.
Thank you.